Welcome home, Ted. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for giving me this opportunity to speak. My name is Ted Smith. I represent the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club at 1625 Quadra Street. I come to you tonight to try and avoid a humanitarian crisis that is unfolding in the streets of Victoria right now. Our club has been in existence here for 30 years. And over that time, we've prided ourselves in providing the highest quality products to patients that we possibly could under whatever circumstances. But now that is threatened, and we have patients that are afraid that if we're shut down, that they will have to take the MAID program that they've already signed up to in some cases, but they've kept going because they've got the quality of life they've not expected from us. Or others that will just commit suicide because this is the only alternative to the prescription drugs that they've found that gives them a life worth living. And just others that will die without the medicines that we provide. It's something that's unbearable. The federal medical marijuana programs are unconstitutional and inadequate, and they have been from the very beginning. Time and time again, the city's even written in support of us to that effect, to both Health Canada and the Solicitor General, only to be ignored time and time again. We've been to court many times. We've won every time, including at the Supreme Court of Canada, where we made edibles and extracts legal for patients. But Health Canada replied with a 10 milligram limit, which is completely inadequate for people trying to fight cancer or deal with chronic pain and not take opioids or other painkillers to live a quality of life. The federal program also doesn't allow for storefront medical access, something that is critical, especially to new patients, cancer patients and the elderly that are just learning to use cannabis as medicine, but also the poor and the homeless that don't have credit cards and homes and doctors that will necessarily sign them up to their programs. Recently, we've gone through not only our fourth raid since legalization, but you may have heard that as of last week, the landlord is facing civil forfeiture for his building that we've been in and facing proceeds of crime charges. And at the same time, our vice president and my girlfriend, Clea McLean, has a lien against her home from fines from previous raids where we were on Johnson Street. And in that case, the landlord never had civil forfeiture against him, and it seems very extreme that now the province would come down with such heavy-handed measures when after the last raid 3 years ago, we filed lawsuit and an injunction and for judicial review, and thought that our political efforts had quelled the province's urge to shut down our club despite the potential suffering that may occur as a result. We are now faced with a very scary situation that we are pleading our city's help to face, not only with advocating to the province to withhold on any further enforcement actions until we get a judicial review. We just want our day in court. We want to argue that Health Canada's programs continue to violate the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, continue to prevent the access to the medicines that our patients need, not only here in Victoria, but across the country. And so we just asked for that day in court. In the meantime, though, we may be facing an eviction, which could end us in serious trouble if the city doesn't provide us with help. So we're even asking if the city, if it comes to that, will give us a refuge in a building. The recently purchased Urbana building has some space. There's 2 locations there. The one that's further back on the lot may be made wheelchair accessible, I think, and we might be able to move in there and continue to exist and under the sanctuary of our local government. And so you'll be hearing from our members and myself in in the weeks coming up, pleading for your help. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ted.